Vic Van asked, can HBD get integrated on LeoDex in the Sooniverse? Yeah, so I'll share a link to the roadmap for LeoDex. But if you look at the roadmap, we're currently in phase 2 of that 3-phase roadmap for the LeoDex launch. So in phase 2, which is supposed to go until the end of May, so that we're about halfway through it, we have add wallet options, XDeFi and MetaMask. So XDeFi is already added. MetaMask is getting added as we speak. And then the second piece to that is add more assets to the Hive aggregator. So HBD, SPS, and DEC are on that list. Obviously, SPS and DEC got listed last week. And then the third piece of it is to add savers, which is a Maya protocol feature. So HBD is coming very soon. If we're able to keep to our roadmap, which I think we will be, HBD will be live before the end of the month on LeoDex. But that being said, I'm actually really surprised at the lack of volume for Hive, SPS, and DEC on LeoDex. So I would definitely like to see more volume for those assets, because we can integrate as many Hive assets as we want. But until we start getting some initial flywheel volume, the efficiency of swaps is not going to get better. So we really need to start getting some early volume, and my kind of request, and it actually is something that will benefit you at the end of the day anyways, is that and this is kind of how I'm marketing it as well. But if you're planning to buy or sell Hive, SPS, DEC, and soon HBD on any centralized exchange, my ask to you or challenge to you is to quote that swap, quote that trade on LeoDex before you go to the centralized exchange, and see if you can get a better price. So like, for example, if you're planning to sell, let's just say you've got some blogging rewards or whatever, you're planning to sell 250 Hive on a centralized exchange like Binance. You obviously can go to Binance's order book and look at how much USDT you'll get for that 250 Hive sell. You should open another window, go to LeoDex, and quote out the same 250 Hive sell and see if you get a better price on LeoDex compared to Binance. So that is my challenge to you, that every time you go to do a swap like that, or a trade, go to LeoDex in another window and just quote those together and see which one gives you the best price. Because I've started doing that and I've realized that at least 20% of the time, I would say, I'm getting a better price for the Hive on LeoDex than I am on something like Binance. So it's it's something that will benefit you at the end of the day, and it also benefits Leo. It benefits LeoDex. It benefits Hive by pushing that trading volume on chain. So I've been putting out tweets and threads talking about that too. We've been talking, like, for InLeo, the kind of unofficial tagline is put it on chain. So when it comes to like making content on X, you should also put it on chain, put it on InLeo, which puts it on the Hive blockchain. And I think kind of a cool tagline for LeoDex is put your trading volume on chain as well. When you move Hive to a centralized exchange like Binance, you're moving it to their centralized ledger, and that trading volume is not happening on chain. It's happening all in a centralized kind of back end trading ledger. But when you trade on LeoDex, it's all happening on chain. You can actually literally follow the swap happening across all the different blockchains. So you're moving your volume back to the blockchain and back to self-custody. So that is my challenge to you. At the very least, before you go to a centralized exchange to trade, quote the swap on LeoDex and compare the two quotes and pick whichever one gives you the best price. And I guarantee you that, 1 out of 5 times at least, you're going to get a better price on LeoDex than you will on a centralized exchange.
Yep, that is true. I've been getting better prices for CACAO and for Rune over the past week. One thing that I do think that we have to mention, Kyle, is that we need more liquidity on the Leo CACAO pool. So I don't know, maybe guys listening in the audience, the rewards that the pool has are a little bit better than what the what's the word, than the curation rewards we have in Leo. So if you want to provide liquidity, you are not having an opportunity cost by providing liquidity instead of powering up your Leo. I mean, it's your decision, but there are a lot of rewards there.
Yeah, the current APR on the Leo CACAO pool is 149%. And as of right now, that is completely from trading fees. So it has nothing to do with any like inflationary rewards added to the pool. There's literally no extra rewards in the pool right now except for trading fees, and it's 149% APR. I'll share a screenshot to MyaScan. So as of right now, I think I'm like 85% of the liquidity in the pool. And there's like a few $1,000s from other users. So we still, people have not really moved any liquidity into that pool. And if you look at the value capture, which again is on those LeoDex docs, I'll share a link to those too. But if you look at the value capture of how this can impact Leo, if we start actually getting, aggregated volume from Hive onto LeoDex. So like I said, we're at like $37,000 in volume so far on LeoDex, which is a lot lower than I expected us to be. If we start to actually get some volume, the value capture that the Leo token has from that is really incredible. So if you have any amount of Leo, I would highly recommend considering the Leo CACAO pool. You can literally enter it with like $10. Like the fees are really low for Leo and for CACAO. So you can just really easily move a couple bucks over and deploy it into the pool. And there's 1,700 of us, monthly active users on Inleo. And if we all just like chip in a little bit, on a regular basis, this pool is at $100,000 right now. There's no reason why we can't see that grow to 200,000, 300,000, and eventually $1 million. And then every dollar of trading volume on LeoDex and the Hive aggregator ultimately deploy liquidity into the pool permanently as well. So it's like, we keep talking about flywheel, but if you can get that initial flywheel started, that volume and that liquidity will really start to pick up. So that is definitely something I want to see. An idea that I'm playing around with right now is moving the WLEO geyser over to the Leo CACAO pool. So it's something that we're considering. I put up a poll just kind of unofficially to see, kind of test the waters of how people felt about that. The cool thing is if we end up moving the Leo CACAO, the WLEO rewards to Leo CACAO, the geyser will actually be paid autonomously into the pool itself. So that will be cool because then on MyaScan and on any other Maya interface, it actually will add it to the APR that they display automatically. To the external world, we'll actually have a much better APR than a lot of the other pools. We already kind of do because the trading volume relative to the liquidity is really high. But this will just add even more fuel to the fire. And potential Maya users will look at the Leo CACAO pool and will see it as a good pool for them to enter as well. So it's an idea I'm playing with. And it obviously would take a technical burden off of the team in terms of the WLEO geyser, which is kind of a pain in the ass in a lot of different ways. This would just completely automate it because it would be like one send transaction. Basically, what would happen is the Leo that gets paid to the WLEO pool account would just get automatically sent to the Leo CACAO pool, and then it's automatically balanced into everyone's position. And it gets auto compounded. So it actually would have a lot of positive impacts. Like another positive impact would be that it gets auto pooled into the pool. So it actually adds to the liquidity. And the only way it gets removed from the pool is if a user then leaves the pool and takes the rewards with them when they leave. So, which is obviously totally fine if that happens too. But I think the key part of that is that the majority of people earning in the Leo CACAO pool are going to stay in the Leo CACAO pool. So that means that the liquidity will also just kind of be up and to the right.